man, this wallpaper is only like 2 feet wide. Okay, so just gonna gently do it. Don't get in there like a bull in a china shop, getting ready to just rip it on down until you start testing it out first and seeing if you feel it's been saturated enough. Now see, this is not coming off very well at the top. I know I need to put a little bit more water on there. And you know, it takes a few minutes. I've had the water on here about 5 minutes. I probably need to put it on and leave it on a little bit longer. And it will penetrate through here eventually and help you peel this right off. Okay? You just have to let it soak the right consistency, and you'll figure that out after 10 minutes or so on how long you need to leave it. Okay? But hey, once you're waiting, you can spray some more, and I've sprayed a little bit more over there and got that ready. Okay? A few more minutes and I think we'll be ready to go. I'm going to try this section above the door again, and I can tell it should come off this time. We'll see. Well, it looks like it's coming off over here, and right in there it still needs a little bit more saturation. And it also depends how well somebody, how well they primed underneath it, if they used a PVA sealer or something like that before they installed their wallpaper. The idea is you don't want to rip the surface of the sheetrock behind there, whether or not it's been painted. Sometimes wallpaper is installed over a paint surface and then it's easier to come off. Sometimes it's brand new sheetrock mud. And if it's brand new sheetrock mud, and if they haven't put a PVA sealer on there or some sort of wallpaper sealer, so to speak, it's going to be hard to remove your wallpaper. So think about that. Next time you're ready to install some wallpaper, do you want to put that on first? Because maybe you think, oh, this wallpaper is good, I'm going to leave this up there for years. Well, this wallpaper has been up here for over 30 years, I know for a fact. And, you know, eventually you're going to get sick of the wallpaper. You're going to want to update your home, and you're going to want to get rid of that wallpaper. Maybe you don't want to paint over the surface of your wallpaper or anything like that, and you want to remove it. Once you get ready to remove it, you want it to release properly, okay? So remember that. While I'm letting that set, we're just going to see what happens here with this one here. Just gently get that edge, okay? And I'm seeing that the surface is already bubbling in a few different areas. It still feels just a little bit tight, okay? So know when to pull it off and know when to spray some more water on there. Okay, while I'm doing that, I'll put a little bit more on here. It'll release. Just be patient with it. We'll put a little bit more over there. You may think, oh man, this is going to take forever. But once you get going and get a system going, you'll see you can do it yourself and not damage your walls. Now while that's soaking a little bit, let's talk about this wallpaper a little bit. What was underneath that existing wallpaper from before? It was a painted surface, and it had a light spray texture on there. Now, do you want to install a very thin wallpaper, paper type wallpaper directly to spray texture walls? I would not suggest it, because you're going to see all the ripples and everything underneath your wallpaper, and especially if your wallpaper is thin, you're going to see right through it, and that's not a good idea. So what can you do about that? Well, in this particular case, they went ahead and they skimmed out all of the walls before they put the wallpaper up. You can skim it, tight skimming material, all-purpose joint compound, and I've got some videos that show you how to skim your walls and tight skim your walls and get it ready for a smooth wall finish, and you can use that for wallpaper areas too if you've got a very thin wallpaper. Now if you have a real thick vinyl wallpaper, you might be able to get away with putting it on directly over a spray texture wall, but still they recommend skimming out your walls. So these walls have been skimmed with sheetrock mud, and that's why it's white behind there. You don't see any paint or anything like that. So I've got to be extra careful when I'm pulling this off, because I don't really want to peel that off as well. You know, I don't think any of it's going to come off. We'll just keep working at it and see.